Hello, this is Greg Allison with Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm, coming to you from my home office on the wee hours of the 23rd of January 2020. And I'm coming to you with a message, an appeal for peace. We live in a time where there's great danger, where there's great peril, where we're on the precipice of all kinds of conflict globally and domestically. Yet we have a unique opportunity right now to pursue peace. And that unique opportunity lies in the East in particular with what's happening in Iran. As you know, we've had a lot of tension between the United States and Iran in the past few weeks. That tension escalated until such time as the Iranian forces accidentally, it seems, shot down a Ukrainian aircraft, a Boeing 737, as it was taken off from the Tehran International Airport. Yes, the civilian airport, a civilian airliner, hit by apparently not one, but two missiles fired from Iran. Now, this was some serious bad karma or egg on the face of Iran, to the point that the people in Iran have taken to protesting the Ayatollah regime that runs that country. Now, mind you, the Iranian people are Persian. The Persians are a very, very industrious, smart people. And the people there in Iran, the Persian people, would definitely love, for the most part, to live a Western style life with their system of morality, with, of course, their religion, but not under the totalitarian regimes of the Ayatollahs. There is much pressure against that. And, you know, we run the risk, and if we hit them, of causing them to rally around the regime. But because of the mistakes of that day when the Ukrainian aircraft was shot down, there has been a big turn, and the turn is against the regime of the Ayatollahs. What this means is the Ayatollahs are under pressure. Ayatollah Khomeini, the founder was Khomeini. So yeah, kind of close, right? So that regime is under extreme pressure right now from the protest. The people would like to see that regime step down. They may take action and take it down. That would be very good for the people of Persia and good for the people all in the Mideast, because it would dampen down the tensions for war quite a bit. And that could be a great thing for us all. So let's have a look at this. That also means that maybe our troops could come on. We're sending a lot of troops over there. We're sending a lot of weapon systems over there. As we ratchet up and they ratchet up, the potential for miscalculation, especially as each side positions and does their respective kabuki dances or whatever they may do to thump in their chest to look big and powerful for their own sides. The more we ratchet each side up, the more the potential for an errant event, a miscalculation that could lead to an unintended war occurs. We do not want this. We want to preserve peace for the people there in the Mideast, for the people of the world, for our sons and daughters that go there, for their sons and daughters, because there's good people everywhere in the world, of every nation, of every creed, every nationality. Anywhere you go, you're going to find good people. There's also bad people everywhere in the world, and bad people tend to float to the top of the halls of governments and corporations because they ratchet their way up walking on the backs of others. Not entirely. There's good people at the top, as many of these too, but yeah, it seems that stuff floats, if you know what I mean, and they get a higher percentage of it, and the power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely is one of the paradigms, combined with birds of a feather flock together, and who has the goal makes the rule. When you look at these things together, you realize it's real easy for organizations that govern to metastasize corruption over time. And it's never good for the people. And sometimes these things need to be cleaned out. It's very hard to clean out the crust of a metastasized, overgrown, overloaded organization that tries to control its people. And this is happening in so many places. That said, we have a unique opportunity to push for and pursue peace. Now, let me lay it on the line right now. You see here below me a diagram, and this diagram shows time zones. So what the plan is to push for 2 minutes to stop everything, 2 minutes of silence, 2 minutes to get attention of the powers that be by simply stopping. If you can stop some of the workflow, pull over from your driving, stop trading stocks, stop producing, take a bathroom break, whatever, wherever. If you can just make a slight blip, maybe someone will notice. But moreover, so if you are not a person of faith, this can be a powerful thing to do. But if you are a person of faith and believe in the power of intention, if you believe in the power of prayer, especially the power of collective intention, the power of collective prayer, then I urge you to take 2 minutes to pray, 2 minutes to meditate, at least. And we're going to do this all at one time, globally, at 2 p.m. on the 2nd of February, 2020. That is 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time, excuse me, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 02/02/2020, 02/02/2020. And the reason we picked this is it has a nice resonance. It's something we can remember, and it's one time we can all key in on. Greg, why Eastern Standard Time? Because this video is initially probably want to reach English-speaking people, and the mode, the most, the mean, the median of English-speaking people will be found in the Eastern Time Zone, where our big mega cities are. Yeah, we have people that speak English all over the world, and hopefully people from all over the world who will listen to this and take heed and meditate from all these other countries, to include Middle Eastern countries like Iraq. The Iraqis do not want to be ground zero for this stuff. Who wants this to occur in their homeland? The Iranian people, the Persians that live there, do not want this in their homeland. Who does? Do we want to see our sons and daughters shed blood? I think not. This is a chance to push, to de-escalate, to have peace. So I'll show you the time zone so that everybody can clue in on exactly what this means, so we can take action at the same time. When it's 2 p.m. at Eastern Time, it's 1 p.m. in Central Time. And look, Central Time is the widest time zone, going from Alabama to Texas on the southern side. And of course, because the Earth is a sphere, let me be clear, the time zones bulge as you go south. Some people have a trouble with that notion, and I guess I will be attacked for saying that. So I hope that's not the thing you clue in on here, but I couldn't help but point that out. Yes, well, we'll have to have another discussion about that sometime in the future, I suppose. I'll leave that to Galactic Greg's, my alt personality, to discuss. So for now, suffice it that we can just get over all these little nitpicky stuff and move forward with the pursuit of peace. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is 1 p.m. in Central Time. It is 12 noon Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and Alaska to be 10 a.m. In Hawaii, it will be 9 a.m. This is great and wonderful because this is working hours across the swath of the United States of America. And when you look at the United Kingdom, it will be about 5 hours ahead. So it'll be 7 p.m. in the United Kingdom. Universal Time, Greenwich Mean Time. In London, it'll be 7 p.m. So you Londoners, you've got your time set too. I'm sure you Aussies and New Zealanders know quite well your offset from London, I assume, because y'all seem to be tightly coupled. In the near future, I will publish a global map for these time zones. But this is offset 5 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time, 6 hours off Greenwich Mean Time, and on. So you get the gist of this. This is the time scale. Why do we want to do this? Because we can make a difference, because the collective power of our presentation, the collective power of our intention, of our meditations and our prayers can make a huge difference. We have already thousands of people committing to do this, and we can reach out to far more. And this is what I want to count on you to do. I want to count on you to organize. I want to count on you to spread the word. I want to count on you to share this in your social media. I want to count on you to talk to your companies, your organizations. Hey, have you heard about this opportunity? This is a good thing. Maybe you'd like to sponsor this. 2 minutes for peace. 2 minutes, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 02/02/2020. Everybody's doing it. Get them on board. Get them to be a leader. Get them to play a key part. Organize groups in your community, in your state, your online groups on the internet, your user groups on Facebook or wherever you're at, whatever social media you have. Spread this, share it. This video is not a chat like my other sessions on this topic. And I've made it not a chat so it's more amenable to sharing. All that said, so Greg, how do we do this? What do we do? Well, I would say calm yourself right before. Stop at 2 p.m. and pray if you're inclined to pray. If you're not a believer, just stop and be silent. If you meditate, stop just a little bit ahead to get your mind clear. Maybe you set the frequency with a 432 hertz tone, like which happens to be my middle name, by the way. Let the 2 minutes pass. Set a timer. Most of your clocks, phones now have a pretty good timer. Set it for 2 minutes. And let's see, if you've got a Samsung, that's easily done. I come in here and I go to time. Let's see here. Where's my time at? Somebody is messaging me. So you come down here to timer. And then you go to set it for 2 minutes. Another way. And just hit start. And it counts down. Okay, maybe I could have held it closer. But you get the idea. It's all there. Everything you need to set your clock. Now, all that said, there's many timers, many ways to do this. Let the 2 minutes time out. Then when this 2 minutes time's out, get up and shout. Let your light from your soul go into the universe. Emit the light. For me, and if you're in karate, you're a karate guy, you might say, yeah! That's what they like to do. Because they know they can just punch out the energy with that. Just so, yeah, with a punch. I'm not saying punch him. Don't do that. That's not the point. Do not do that. For me, I've had quite a bit of effectivity, as you might see on recent videos, saying, hello, altitude liftoff. That's where that came from. But it's just the straightforward emission of the energy. Send your light out to the universe, your inner light, your inner love, and take it the next step. Go hug somebody right after this. Do something good. Tell them you're doing it for peace and prosperity. Tell them what you did and why you did it. Tell them to go hug somebody else. Start a new meme. Share the love. Now, we've had a little bit of history with this. We did this on the Rex Bear Show, similar to this, about the fires in Australia, and we asked for rain. And guess what? I think it had just started raining, but it started raining more, better, to put out some of these fires that's been occurring in Australia. We certainly did not hurt the situation with our meditation, and a lot of people reported that they felt great energy. They personally felt much better after having done this, that they had a sense of peace and reward within them. Hopefully they spread that and share it with other people. So I took it upon myself to do another session. There was great tensions in Richmond on the 20th. So on the morning of the 20th of January, I had a session calling for peace in Richmond because there were protests. There was the gathering of potential storm clouds. That could have been a very ugly day, and it could have been ugly for both sides. And I had the feeling that a lot of people who were pursuing their rights, their constitutional freedoms, were being set up in a trap. Somebody was just hoping that they would spring that trap. Guess what? Nothing happened. Then one guy got arrested, but it was some innocuous thing, I guess, I suppose. I don't know much about it. But there was no violence. It was a very peaceful day. The people made their point. They got their point across. Now, the people they were making it to probably do not intend to receive it. They probably, no matter what, would not want to do that. Maybe. But they should also know that their elected positions might be at risk. but they know that the people there are resolute to maintain and support their freedoms. So we certainly, again, didn't hurt. Now, maybe that would have been the outcome otherwise, but guess what? It certainly didn't hurt. You know, this is like a muscle. The more we exercise it, the stronger we get. What I want to do is organize you, my subscribers and followers and other people. I want you to help organize yourself so that we can pursue the cause of peace, the cause of prosperity, because I'm going to show you why. Let me share something besides this clock here. Got one other thing I want to share. This is from a video I did some time back. I have to double click it and give me a moment to get it blown up to size. This video is about the proliferation of technology. This video is about the premise that the proliferation of technology is practically unstoppable. That in time, the technology will be in the hands of small groups and eventually individuals that could lead to great destruction. Essentially, like giving every family a nuke, every person a nuke, or every organization a nuke. And this has already taken place in the world in realm of biological agents. Yes, the biology, this is already practically attainable right now. Actually, it is, and that's a scary thing. How long can we last as a civilization, as a people, if we keep fanning the flames of hatred around the world? We need to learn how to get along. We need to learn how to make peace. If we keep fanning these flames, eventually really bad things are going to happen. And I'm expecting this decade of the 2020s to be quite a roller coaster ride. As I have described in some other videos, I really feel like we are in a train. I really feel like we're on the tracks, that is, and the trains are coming at us, that we're in a juncture, a multi-dimensional juncture, and trains are coming at us from every direction. I think that we are the community that can stop this, or at least slow down and mitigate the effects of these trains that are coming at us, or maybe know exactly when to jump off the track, to find the other tunnel and run to the light and hope that, and have the knowledge that that light is not another train coming at us. And that's what we need. That's what I want us to do as this community, is work together so that we can be aware of these things. It's important to prep, but you know, hey guys, you should have already done your homework on this. We're getting a little late for you to start prepping. I cover this on my channel. I talk to you about how to prep. I talk to you about you need to store things. I talk to you about eating from the wild. I talk to you about sanitizing and purifying water. Those videos are out there. There's also videos, good videos, and many other channels that cover these topics. I expect you to do your homework so you can take care of that. It's time to move forward. It's time to move to the next step. The best, as my past year said, the best cure is an ounce of prevention. An ounce of prevention beats a gallon of cure. So that's where we're at. Let's see what we can do to prevent these things. And I actually started my prepping part of this channel by talking about power grid defense, with the objective of helping us get active to harden the power grid to stop one aspect of what may be coming at us. We may not be able to stop everything. There are those that believe that certain prophecies will take place. Whether you believe that or not, there's definitely a lot of trains coming at us. There's a lot of challenges to us. And most people can feel it. They can see it. They know that we're in for rough times. Some people believe that we can get through all this, and maybe we can. And that's the hope, that we work together. I am certain that we can make a difference. That I know. We can make a difference. We can make it better, maybe delay it, mitigate it. What we want to do is protect those that we love, those around us, our communities, the people that have a light within them, wherever they're from, because people have souls. There's beautiful people everywhere on this planet, because people are people, and at the core, people are all the same. Now, they get dressed up with all kinds of other ideologies over time, and sometimes these different ideologies don't match too well. But at the core, we're all the same. We have to find a way to communicate core to core, to find the common ground, to get around some of these things. I do not at all condone the idea that to do so, we have to step back and give up any freedoms. I believe everyone can be free. I do not believe in surrendering freedom. I also do firmly believe that you have to defend yourself and those you love. That is a different thing. You know, sometimes the person who wants conflict the least is the warrior, but the warrior is prepared when it comes. That's the way to be. Don't agitate, but be ready. If it comes, deal with it. Like I said, you know, it may be a little late to start prepping. If you're just waking up and have it, get with it. You know, I'll have links below in this video and many others on where to get prepping supplies. My Patriot Supply has long-term food storage and lots of pepper supplies. You do need seeds. You're going to need heirloom seeds. True Leaf Market has those, and supplies for growing microgreens indoors, because we may be in for some cold weather ahead. So you better learn how to grow indoors. I'll be covering more videos on aquaponics in the future, greenhouse topics. But mainly, I'm going to focus a lot on what we can do to proactively build a better future, what we can do to organize communities and tribes. Now, I may do some of this in the background, maybe off the videos, but I want us to work together to form tribes. I want to see us strive to make it through on the other side of whatever may come at us, whatever it may be. Armageddon, Ragnarok, the grand solar cycles. I think these things may be all one and the same, or part of the same set of circumstances. You know, the Bible talks of Armageddon. We're seeing signs of 12,500 year solar cycles, or magnetic field excursions that cause great havoc upon this planet. In a world where we're dependent on our electrical power grid to the extent we are, that alone can be extremely devastating. But that's the senseless part of it, because we could harden the power grid, my friends. We absolutely could. We absolutely can, if we would do it. So that's the really key. We have to put on pressure to those that are in charge of these things to make sure they know that they need to do this. And we can. There are power in numbers, my friends. And that's what this campaign is for. It's to multiply our numbers so that we can have a voice. It's to exercise that through our voice, through just silent protest, through prayer and meditation, the power of intention collectively sent out to that greater creator, to the universe. That is what we can take forward. That's what we can unify on. We don't need to be looking at all these little divisions between each other. We need, for these purposes, to be resolute, of one mind, a mind for peace, a mind for prosperity, a mind to not have all this nonsense, a mind that we could bring our boys home, because we have no intrinsic interest in the Mideast any further as a nation militarily. At least I'm speaking for the United States, because we're no longer dependent on Mideast oil, and ISIS is gone. Now, I'm a practical person. I know we're not going to pull everything out of there, but why can't we bring down the pressure? Why can't we bring down the tension? Why can't we stop the train? At least that train. I believe we can stop a lot of trains. I believe that we can slow down trains. And I believe that we can jump from track to track if we need to. So that's what we can do together. That's what I want you to do. Share this. Share this on other channels. Go to channels such as Edge of Wonder and start posting on there in the comment section. Hey, have you heard of this? And talk about this. Share this video. Post it there if you can. I know there's limitations to what you can post. Now, if you're a moderator on some of these channels, you can post this video. Post this video, because this video is not a chat session. I love my chat sessions, but we get all over the place in the chat sessions. This video is meant to be concentrated to tell everyone, let's do this. We can make the change. We can be this change we want to see. We can be the change to make the world a far, far, far better place. No matter how bad it gets, it could be better, and it can be better. And I trust that you are the community to take that forward, to make it positive. There's people on the other side of many other divisions, you know, hey, hug them. Share the love. Share the light. Talk to them. Explain to them that we come from peace and prosperity. and that is congruent with freedom and liberty, and that we can live in peace. There's no sense nor no reason to have all the violence. That what they prescribe to accomplish that may actually lead to the opposite, that the real path to freedom, the real path of peace are the same. That peace comes through people having mutual freedom, prosperity, and these we can have. I have a concept for a habitat I've talked about, and you'll see more on in the future. A habitat that everybody can make a living out of and live out of. They would have almost zero footprint upon this planet ecologically, that could take the entire world up to the middle class standard of living easily, producing enough food, having the water, the energy that everyone needs with less infrastructure than we have today. Imagine that. That's possible. Many great things are possible. We're just not living the right way. That's all. They tell us we have too many people. Not true. There's not a problem there. And I'll explain that in the future and why. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, because I will continue to show you some things about prepping. I will continue to tell you what you need to be aware of, why you need to keep your eyes open and head on a swivel, and talk about some of these things that are coming up, what they mean, the context of them. And we're going to be proactive. We're going to take measures to try to get the power grid hardened, to pursue peace, but to prepare for the worst of whatever may come. That we will do. And I will do everything I can to help you be there so that we can all stand together and establish a better world. And if the worst comes, we can emerge on the other side of whatever may be with new communities to live better and prosperous. So that's the dream. The dream is a dream of a bright future for humanity, for you, for me, for our families, for our loved ones, for all humankind. We can have a much better future. You know, it was Martin Luther King Day just a couple of days ago, and he had a dream. And that dream can be real, that we all can indeed live together in peace and prosperity. And it starts with a level of mutual respect. So, ladies and gentlemen, please share this. Please do everything you can to promote this video. Please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, bang the update notification bell. I know I've gone on long here, but this is for the future. I may have to do a shorter version of this with a global map, mind you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Be the change you want to see.